Welcome back to another episode of the Beyond the Blueprint podcast, powered by Lapolis Electric. I'm your host, Stephen Marcellino, Vice President of Sales with Lapolis. Lapolis Electric has been in business for 41 years. We are a family-owned business, and we're made up of a few different divisions: our residential division, emergency service division, energy efficiency division, commercial construction division, and technical/engineered services. And today, I'm sitting with Tony Alaio with the Patrizia's Restaurant Group. Tony, thank you for joining us.
Dave, no problem. We made a nice spread of food today. We're at Patrizia's Taverna. We're located at 2636 Highland Boulevard in Staten Island. It's one of the newer Patricia's locations. We opened up last year. And I made you a little sample of some of the food we sell here. So,
and for anybody watching that's used to seeing our episodes, I wanted to change it up a little bit, do something special. And, it's no secret, Antonio is my brother-in-law. So I really wanted to bring something special to the viewers with family, and make sure that, Tony's able to kind of just talk to you guys a little bit about what they're doing here at Patrizia's, how he started in the business, and some of the wonderful food that you guys could expect, when coming to Patrizia's. So Tony, why don't you tell us a little bit about, where you started, a quick version of how you came up through the ranks of the Patrizia's Restaurant Group and where we are today.
So my father is the owner and founder of Patrizia's. He opened up in 1991. He's been taking me to work since I was a kid. Around 2009, when I was like 20 years old, I decided to drop out of college and make the restaurant my full-time commitment. So we opened up Patricia's in Brooklyn in 2009, and I was there for about 15 years. And we started from a very slow restaurant in Williamsburg to become one of the most busiest restaurants. We made a good name for us, and we opened up 16 locations in that time. And this is one of our new ones that we're at today, Patrizia's Taverna. I'm going to show you some of the dishes that we make here.
So what separates Patrizia's Taverna from the rest of your traditional Italian-style restaurants?
Yeah, so here at Patrizia's Taverna, we make everything in-house. We make our bread, our pastas are made homemade. This is as fresh as you're going to get in an Italian restaurant. Everything we make here is from scratch.
So what is this here? What do we have here?
This is our homemade paccheri. It's an alvaca sauce with sausage. And we make it in our homemade bread bowl. So after you're done eating the pasta, you could rip off the bread.
Should I dig in and try
it out? Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got going on here? Wow.
Yeah, it's a spicy rigatoni.
That's unbelievable. What is this, a little crumbled sausage?
A crumbled sausage on there.
That's unbelievable. So the pasta you guys make here, tell the people a little bit, what kind of flour are you using? What's the process to make this pasta? Because this is unbelievably fresh. I mean, I don't think it gets any fresher.
We use a high-quality flour from Italy. And for our pizza, too, the same thing. We use a 00 flour. Everything is made daily and fresh.
When you're making the pasta and the food daily, how much of a difference does that make in the experience for your customers?
Yeah, so a lot of the pasta that most of the restaurants use here in America is a bleached flour. Our flour is unbleached. It's high quality, and you could taste the flavor. You can taste the difference, and also after you eat it, you don't feel that bloated that you do with a pasta.
So you guys really brought that feeling, like when people say they go to Italy and they can eat 15 pasta dishes and not be full. You guys brought that philosophy to America.
Yeah, we brought the same quality here.
Wow, that's beautiful.
This is our pizza. This is our Roman dough. It takes us 3 days to make. So we make the dough one day, we put it in the fridge, we remake it, so it gets a little bit of a sourdough taste. It's nice and crispy on the bottom, but also airy in the middle. This one I made for you today is pesto, vodka, and a marinara sauce. This is one of our top sellers. A little fresh mozzarella and basil on top.
So you were saying here, the bread bowl, you could just rip it off like this, right? Dip it in here a little bit, get some of the nice sauce on there. And the bread's homemade too?
Yeah, the bread's homemade too, yeah.
Unbelievable.
This is our stuffed gnocchi. It's in a brandy sauce with a little sausage in there. It's stuffed with ricotta cheese. Hey, go and give it a try. Yeah, they call these little bombs.
Gnocchi bomb?
Yeah, gnocchi bombs, right?
That's unbelievable. So what's that stuff with?
Stuffed with ricotta cheese.
Oh, my God. The sauce with the crumbled sausage and the cheese mixed together. That's a beautiful flavor. And then what do we have here?
We do some traditional dishes, but with a little bit of a twist. These are truffle rice balls.
Wow, that's a solid rice
Nice
ball
and
right
creamy
there.
in the middle. The sauce is delicious.
Let's see. Unbelievable. What's the secret behind making a good rice ball? Because I know it's a very common dish, but everyone's rice balls taste different. So, like, what's the twist you put on it to make sure
There's
these
all
have
different styles in it, but we try to get the outside nice and crunchy. You want the inside to be soft, but the outside to be crunchy. Nobody likes when their rice bowl's all mushy and falling apart. So,
And then what do we have here in the middle?
and here we have, this is our seafood salad. We do a lot of seafood dishes here, also meat dishes. But this is all fresh calamari, squingili, octopus, clams, and mussels with some crab legs on the side.
Oh my God. That calamari is so fresh. That's unbelievable. It truly is.
Yeah, same thing. The key is to keep everything fresh.
You could really taste the quality. It tastes like this calamari just came out of the ocean this morning.
Yeah, we try to use the best quality items that we could get, and we try to be at a fair price too, for that everyone can enjoy it.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing. And I think this is like a big problem right now. You know, there's no secret the economy is going through a rough patch right now. And having this quality food with all the time and attention that is put into creating it, people look at this and probably think, you know, they're spending thousands of dollars on a meal. But I think you guys are really conscious of making sure that people can come here with their families.
But we try to use the best quality. But you're not gonna get robbed here. You know, like some places charge $50 for a dish of pasta like that. You know, we try to stay in a nice soft spot.
That's good. So, what is your vision for Patrizia's Taverna? I know you guys have all the fresh food. You have the pizzeria. So, like, what's your experience like when a customer comes in here on a Saturday night? What do you want them to feel?
Yeah, we want everybody to leave extremely happy. That's our whole goal of the game. Like, we make sure that every customer at the end of the night comes up to us and says they had a great meal. They're gonna come back, and that's all you could do. You know, you're not gonna make everybody happy, but you try your best and you use good quality stuff. You could succeed.
On like a busy weekend, how many people would you say come to the restaurant? You know, from Friday to Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we feed thousands of people between the 3 days.
Unbelievable.
And if you put all our locations, probably tens of thousands of people.
On any given weekend.
Yeah, on any given weekend, yeah.
And then the holiday season's even crazier.
The holiday's crazy. Yeah, we got maybe hundreds of thousands for the month. But we're flexible with what we do. We try to do all different events, weddings, to graduations, to birthday parties. So people just want to come and have a nice dinner. We do everything.
It's beautiful. One question I want to ask, just kind of related to my industry, just to throw it out there. How important is it when you guys are running a busy restaurant, constantly, you know, remodeling, making changes? I see you guys, I know you guys can't see it here, but you just added a new wall in that looks very nice, Mediterranean. How important is it to rely on good contractors when you're running a restaurant?
Oh, yeah, that's important. If you know about food, you probably don't know a lot about construction or design or anything. But that's why you need good plumbers to make sure they give you the best quality stuff, good electricians. They steer you the right way. That's the most important thing.
I think personally it's a little bit of a two-way street, right? A contractor can't eat if they're hungry, and a restaurant can't stay open if they don't have, you know, reliable infrastructure. So, you know, the guys at Patrizia's, they feed the contractor to make sure the job gets done, and then at the end of the day, you know, you have a good infrastructure, and ultimately that boils down to a positive customer experience. And you know, really, it's important, especially like when we do restaurant projects at Lapolis Electric. You know, we've done a couple of projects for Patrizia's, for you specifically in Brooklyn, and we helped your father out at his location in Staten Island. But we've also built a lot of restaurants, and we really understand how important it is to make sure the restaurants are properly lit, that the electricity is functioning at the required voltages for the different kinds of machines that you guys have in the kitchen. And there's a lot that goes into it to really like I said, overall create the positive experience for the owners and also for their customers.
Yeah, you need a contractor that knows what he's doing to give you the right electric in the restaurant or the right plumbing, because everybody doesn't want to pay the top dollar. So you try to cut some corners and you could be in a little bit of trouble at the end.
No, it's very true. So to bring it back, to where we were before, kind of just about the restaurant. I know you make a lot in house. What are some of like the specialty desserts that you guys do? For the restaurant.
Yeah, we make all the desserts here in house. I mean, we have tiramisu, we make cheesecake. I think we have one of the best cookies you could get. Our baker makes chocolate chip cookies and pistachio cookies that are unbelievable.
Pistachio is big right now, especially with the whole Dubai chocolate craze. Didn't you
Yeah.
guys do like a Dubai chocolate latte or
Yeah,
cappuccino?
we did a Dubai chocolate pizza. We
Oh,
had a
wow.
martini and we did a cappuccino. It was,
So you guys cap it a lot. So how important is it, on that topic, I guess, of Dubai chocolate, to follow maybe like viral trends on social media and utilizing social media to talk about all the great food that you guys have here?
yeah, I think it's important that you stay on top of the social media, see what's going on. You want to be one of the first ones to the trend. So you want to be a trendsetter. So it's not easy. So you have to stay on top of your stuff, see what's going on. And you got a lot of new ideas from there.
When you create your menu, or your specials on a week-to-week basis, what is all of this just kind of like creations that you put together, these different types of specialty dishes, or are these inspired from recipes, from Italy?
Kind of a little bit of both. It's some stuff that we made ourselves, some stuff we read or seen online. We try to improve and improvise, and some of them are traditional recipes that we've had for a lot of years. And we try to mix it together to make a diverse menu of different stuff.
For people that may not have been here, tell them a little bit about maybe something you have to some events that you may be doing this summer. What do you have coming up for the first time listener or person that may have just found out about Patrizia's?
Yeah, here at Taverna, we're gonna have our 1 year party, June 27th. We're doing a freestyle dinner, some music, some great food. We have a full bar over here with a bunch of cocktails and everything. Here we try to give you great drinks, great food, and great service where we make you feel like your family.
I want to ask a question before we start wrapping up, so we can enjoy some of this food here. What is like, the key for a new entrepreneur or a new restaurant owner? I don't want to ask the entrepreneur question because I asked you and your father that. But if you're just breaking into the restaurant space or opening up a new business, what is like the key factor when opening up a business? Is it focusing on customer service, the quality? What would you recommend somebody really focuses on? Because I think when you start a business, if you're focused too sporadically across too many things, it really trips you up. So what would you put your key focus on when running a business?
Yeah, the whole thing is the customer, the consumer. Whatever business you're in sales or anything, food, you have to make sure the customer's happy. So that's your first priority. But also, it's not easy too now. There's a lot of competition out there. It's very difficult. So you got to be able to adapt to where maybe you open up with one idea and you change to another. Like, we opened this place up, it was supposed to be a little more Greek. Instead, we went a little more Mediterranean, with still with the Italian traditional stuff, but with also a little Mediterranean twist. Things change very quickly. So you have to be able to adapt. And the main key is to keep the consumer happy.
Awesome. And for those that may be, thinking that you only have locations on Staten Island, why don't you tell the listeners where they could find a Patrizia's now anywhere in the world?
Yeah, I mean, we have 16 locations. We're in all the boroughs: the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island. We're in New Jersey. We have a Red Bank and Mattawan. We have 4 in Long Island. We have 2 in Florida, in Deerfield Beach and Fort Lauderdale. And then the only one overseas in Aruba, little beautiful island.
So for the people that are wondering, when you're in the Aruba location, can you work there in your bathing suit, or you have to stay in
Pretty much.
you have to stay in the pants and the polo?
It's a lot less stressful working out there in Aruba. You could go to the beach in the morning, go to work. Everybody's in a good. That's why they call it one happy island. Everyone's in a good mood. So definitely a nice place to work.
Awesome, Antonio. Listen, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to the listeners today. And I want to thank all of the wonderful viewers of the Beyond the Blueprint podcast for tuning into a new episode. I'm your host, Stephen Marcellino, Vice President of Sales with Lapolis Electric. Enjoy, everybody.